Hey guys, I've been chopping some wood, working pretty hard. It's a rough life in the woods, honestly. I got my fire reflector built for the most part. Maybe stuff the cracks tomorrow or something. Got a big piece of maple for the fire, just one so far. And I got some logs set up for my bed, and I pulled off some pieces of bark so that I don't get too dang wet. They're actually kind of springy. Just sitting here taking a rest. These pants got on are wool, mostly wool, 60-40, something like that. And they're really hot, so I gotta be careful not to overheat. Yeah, I'm gonna go cut some cattails. Actually, I'm gonna cut some twigs first, put down here. Then some cattails, and then maybe some grass from around here over in the field. That field, this is a totally different place. It's a hardwood forest. So, yeah. Alright, see you later, guys. I'm an idiot. Just did about one of the stupidest things I could have done. Jammed myself in the eye with one of those cattail thingies. Straws. It's this eye. And I'm doing this so I can look and see if there's anything in it. Feels like it's bleeding. I don't think so, though. Oh, man. It's a rough life. I'm telling you, this is just... It's a lesson, really. Shows me that you can have as many skills as you want and you're still going to poke your eye out. Or jam your thumb or something. And, you know, you're nothing without your vision. So, thank God I can still see. This is about as bad as it gets, guys. It's raining out. It's supposed to get like in the single digits tonight. We're supposed to get a ½ inch of ice, rendering the roads unusable. I got a cheap poncho that gets snagged on every single bramble I walk by. You know, I mean, if it was like negatives and the rain was snow or hail or something, I'd be fine. But it gets everything all wet. And it's terrible. It sucks. Out here looking for my mittens. I set them down somewhere and I can't find them. And they're not here. Probably back at the camp. I'll show you what I did in a second. Woods life is definitely not as romantic as some people portray it to be. You know, most people picture a merry campfire, a man sleeping next to it with nothing but a wool blanket on a bed of pine boughs with a lean-to over him, small fire reflector to work the heat, reflect it back at him. Well, let me tell you something. It's not like that at all. I poked my eye out. I didn't poke it out. Okay. Whew. Thank God. Alright. I stabbed myself in the eye, you know, that time. And it has been hurting like you would not believe. It's terrible. I think it's still bleeding. I don't know. But, oh man, I touch it and it just... It sucks, man. I got this shelter all up, but this rain just makes everything worse. I mean, everything is soaking wet. Everything. I mean, I put another drop cloth over my stuff just to keep it halfway dry. This sucks, man. I don't know if I want to do this anymore, because I really don't think losing an eye is worth your respect. I'd rather have my left eye than your respect. The respect of a stranger. I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go. I might go back just because I'm concerned about this. And I really don't want to lose an eye over just something that really doesn't even matter. Man, this sucks. I was really looking forward to this. But this rain in my eye, it's just, my morale is like rock bottom. I keep yelling. I lost my mittens, but then I found them. But look how wet they are. That's terrible. Everything in here is maple, so it's okay for burning. I mean, hardwood burns better, longer. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I wanted to set some traps, but I have no motivation. They're literally tracks everywhere. Everywhere. Even got some canine prints. I think what I might do though is go inside, because I really, like I said, losing an eye is not worth it. So I'm sorry. I am sorry. I know you were expecting, you know, whatever you were expecting, an awesome video on me 4 days in the woods, but yeah, not gonna happen with a broken eye. I can't tell, but it's just killing me, dude. It's like somebody heated up a needle and a blowtorch and they're just jamming it in my eye. It's terrible. All from a cattail. You know what? Always wear safety glasses. I'm gonna have to pick up a pair of safety glasses, because if you can't see, you're worthless in the woods. I mean, unless you have another person, then you're just dead weight. I mean, you can baton and do stuff close to camp, I guess, but if you can't see, then you're of no use to yourself or anyone else, really. I mean, except company. I'm not trying to, whatever, discriminate against blind people, but it would suck to not have eyes, seriously. So, I guess I'm gonna call it. If I go to the hospital, then I'll go to the hospital, but if I don't, I might come back out here and set some traps. Maybe come back out when it stops raining, because we're supposed to get a 1/2 inch of ice tonight. Man, I hate doing this, but I'm sorry. Not to you, to myself. Alright. Guess this is it. I'm gonna leave that shelter set up, because it's supposed to dip down to like 5 sometime in the next few days. And the colder it is, the better that shelter works, because it's not good for moisture. But right now, obviously, it sucks because it's raining. Yeah. So I might come back out here and see what I can do if I don't go blind in my left eye. I have to start wearing an eye patch. Change my channel name to Woods Patch Runner 1776. Alright guys. Oh man. Trying not to be too loud. And yeah, fish on the wall is nice. Yeah. But alright, here's the story up to this point. After I came out of the woods, I went home, and then the next morning my eye looked terrible, freaking terrible, because I jammed it with the cattail I was crying tears of blood. Kind of gross, actually. But after that, I went home, and it kind of swelled up to more than it is now. You can see that. And after that, I went to the hospital in the morning because it swelled up. This is Sunday morning. Went to the hospital, and they kept me there. They gave me eye drops after they looked at my eye. Then they gave me a tetanus shot. But I have this huge phobia of needles. So after they gave me the tetanus shot, I heard it, I heard the fluid go into me. And then I started freaking out. And I guess I passed out. I tried to walk out of there, but I fell down in the hallway twice. So they put me in a wheelchair. Took me back, put me in the real emergency room, stuck an IV in my arm. Actually, I was conscious. I woke up. They took my shirt off and I woke up. I was like, hey, what are you doing to me? Just give me a second to rest, guys. They were like, no, your heart rate's at 25. We need to do something before you die. So, I guess my heart rate's normally low because I run distance. And, yeah, about to shower here. So they stuck an IV in me. I was resisting. They had to have 4 guys hold me down because I was shaking so much. Because like I said, I hate needles. I'm scared of them. So they put the IV in me, and then when my heart rate got back up in the 50s again, which is normal for me, they made me pee in a bottle actually, and that's really hard to do because I had the thing on my finger, clipped on my finger. So I had to use these fingers to undo my zipper. And I couldn't use the other arm because it was IV'd. It had the IV in it, and I was scared to touch it. I don't know why I'm scared of needles, I just am. After that, I went back to have my eye looked at again because they got a machine working that wasn't previously working. Then they dilated my eye, and then I went back to the bed where I had the IV. They pulled the IV out of me, and they let me go home after that. Freaking out, man. Crazy. Went home. Went to sleep with a wet washcloth on my eye. Wake up, our power's out. So it's my aunt's power, and my other aunt who lives farther away from us, her power's on. So that's where I am now. I stayed with my other aunt all day today. I went to my regular eye doctor, and I told him what happened. So he gave me some new eye drops, and I went there 3 times actually today because he wanted me to. There's no power at my house or my aunt's house, so she's going up north because she has a house up there with power, hopefully. And yeah, I haven't showered since before I went to the woods, so there goes my 5-day trip from society, 4-day trip. You know, sometimes things just don't work out, and today they really didn't. So I'm gonna be fine. My eye's not really that crappy anymore. You can still tell it's dilated though. Yeah, I haven't done anything. I mean, woke up at 3 a.m., power's out, so I had to huddle around the fireplace. Gas fireplace, of course, because my parents are city people. But so that's my story. About ready to take a shower right now. Tomorrow will be Christmas Eve, and I have no idea when I'm going to get this video up, because like I said, my power's out. You know, I'm thinking I'll go examine where I was going to stay, the shelter, and, you know, sometimes things just aren't meant to be. Alright, I gotta take a shower before they get suspicious that I'm talking to myself. Alright. I don't care. Go ahead.
Are you getting the power line?
No.
What, did you see the power line?
No. Oh, right there.
Yeah, look what's sagging on it.
Yeah.
There's like 8 or 7 trees that are leaning on the pole. Over here, just go this way. See the power line? How there's like, see how it goes on? There's like 8 or 7 trees.
Look at that power line.
8 or 7.
Yeah, it's got to be
7 or 8.
or 7.